Do you think healthy eating is very expensive? Or have you been investing into a lot of products that are marketed as healthy? But you know what? Not all of them are what they claim to be. So watch this video to know what are the products that may not be as healthy as you think they are and what are the alternatives that you can replace them with. Hello people, I am Apurva Joshi, a foodie and a nutritionist. You are watching a video by Unbox Nutrition. Today we are going to talk about the most commonly eaten packaged healthy foods, see whether they are actually healthy, and what are some of the healthier alternatives for each one of them. Why do we fall for foods that are not as healthy as they seem like? The food industry is excellent at marketing, and the way they design their packaging can be deceptive. If there is one tactic that they use to win us over, it is cherry picking of data. They highlight only the things which are good, for example, high fiber, and draw your attention away from the ones that may not be very desirable, like high fat or high sugar. They also state nutrition facts for 100 grams rather than the serving size that we are actually eating. And they state a serving size which is too small for all of us. So we end up consuming a lot more than what they state. While it is okay to include some packaged foods into your meals, which make you stick to your goals, but it is important to know whether what you consume is actually good for you or no. If you want to know how to read a nutrition label, let me know in the comment section and I will cover it soon. Let's have a look at the top foods that may be considered healthy by most but may not be suiting your goals. What tops my list is packaged juices. A lot of us have the image of a perfect breakfast that looks like this, and each one of them has a glass of orange juice in it, making us believe that it must be an integral part of a healthy breakfast. Well, not necessarily. Firstly, most of the packaged juices are not just pure fruit juices. They have a lot of sugar and other stabilizers and regulators etc. added to them. Have a look at this label for example. The ingredients have a lot more than just fruit pulp, and the nutrition info is deceptive. Even though it states info for 100 ml, a glass of juice may be 200 ml. So what you are going to consume is double of what you see on that label. That comes to about 20 grams of sugar, which is equivalent to 5 to 6 teaspoons. And that is more than the highest allowed intake by most of the guidelines issued by American Diabetes Association and the rest of them. So if you are skipping your sugar in tea or coffee and not having sweets but having a glass of such juice, you are having enough sugar for the whole day. But then you will say, Apurva, we have cold pressed, no sugar added, no additives juice. Is that also as bad? To give you a perspective, if you are planning to eat a snack as an orange, you will probably eat just 2 at a time, slowly peel them, eat, chew and gulp over maybe 10 to 15 minutes. So you get your vitamins, fiber along with the fructose, which is the fruit sugar. Because of the fiber, the sugar does not rise as quickly, and also with you taking time to chew and eat the whole fruit, your brain gets time to process and improves the satiety signal. When you juice the fruit, to get a serving, you will perhaps need 5 to 6 oranges, and also without the fiber, the juice is gulped down too quickly. So it does not give as much satiety as a whole fruit, and you end up consuming a lot more energy but feel less full. So as far as possible, I encourage people to eat whole fruits. However, in some cases, when people cannot eat or chew solid foods and they are in need of quick energy, pure fruit juice may be a better option than the packaged one. Food that I would want to talk about is snack bars. Now this is a booming market with a wide variety. They are typically called energy bars or granola bars. We generally tend to eat them as a snack or as a post-workout option. Now not all are bad per se, but you should be aware of what you want from your bar and read the label to know if you are exactly getting it or no. Now let's see an example of an old school granola bar which was probably the first one in the market and that we have all had at some point. Let's have a look at the label. If you see how the labels fool us, the suggested serving size is given as 2 bars. However, the info stated is for 1 bar. So you end up eating double of what they have stated here. You are actually eating double of what's mentioned as the sugar content. So you eat 22 grams of sugar in one snack alone. That is roughly 4 to 5 teaspoons and more than most people's daily allowance. But that's not it. Most of the bars also have hidden sugars in the form of honey, glucose syrup, invert syrup or corn syrup. So the actual sugar content may be higher than what you can see on the label. And even if you eat just 1 bar and think that it offers you a lot of protein, check again. This offers about 3.7 grams of protein. So having a big glass of milk can give you double of what this is, and it can be a lot cheaper for you. Now there are better bars available in the market which may offer you better nutrition profile. So be sure to check the label before you buy. And also, if you want to make your own and do not have a recipe, let me know in the comment section. The next packaged food that I want to talk about is soy milk. Now I have nothing against soy milk itself. For vegan people or lactose intolerant people, it can be a very good option. Even for those who are looking out to increase their protein intake beyond the main meals, it is a very good option to include. However, a lot of flavored soy milks are loaded with sugar. Like this one shown here has 22 grams of sugar in a single serving. Now if you take this on a regular basis, you could definitely buy a plain unsweetened one and then add your own sweeteners and own flavors like vanilla, cinnamon, etc. And you can adjust the amount and put as per your needs on that day. So if you are looking to replace regular dairy milk with a substitute, you can also choose to make it on your own at home. I have stated a 2-minute way of making nut milk on my page. You can check it out and save some time. The next product on the list is every low-fat product on the shelves. The diet industry at one point made us believe how fat is not good for us. However, fat is actually essential to our body in absorption of vitamins, maintaining healthy skin and hair, regulation of hormones, and a lot more. It is the excess of fats or poor quality fats which is bad for us. But due to the fear developed, today we see a lot of low fat products on the market which are substitutes for the regular ones. One of the functions fat serves is also satiety and taste. So when you reduce the fat in a product drastically to make up for the taste, we do need to add something else, which is most often sugar. If you consider this low fat sauce for example, even though it has almost no fat, it has a very high content of sugar, and one of the deceptive tactics used is only table sugar or sucrose is listed as sugar, while the other forms like liquid glucose, invert syrup, etc. do not get counted in this. So if you see the ingredient list, you may realize that the actual content is much higher. So what do? First thing, look for alternatives that have a shorter ingredient list and more balanced nutrition profile. And secondly, do not look for low fat options for everything. Rather have the regular one, but control the amount you eat at one go and also the frequency at which you eat this. The next one on the list is flavored yogurt. We all know how yogurts are very good for our gut health and have a good amount and quality of protein as well as calcium. So packaged yogurts are gaining a lot of popularity. However, if you are regularly eating one every day, know if it suits your goals or no. Some of them are loaded with sugar and may have very little or no real fruit in them. It still tastes very good and may have protein, but if you are looking for something more wholesome, then you can probably make something at home. You can try the regular hung curd with real chopped fruit or fruit pulp instead. Last thing that people include as a snack thinking that it is healthier is digestive biscuits. Now digestive biscuits do have a little more fiber as compared to other biscuits. However, to get the texture right, they may have a lot more fat than the other biscuits. I had done a comparison of digestive biscuits against glucose biscuits on my page. So if you have a look at it here, you will see that digestive biscuits have a lot more calories, fat and sugar as compared to glucose biscuits. So for somebody who just wants to lose weight or is trying to control calories, it may not be the best option. That is my list of products which you can find better alternatives for. But you might say, Apurva, the product that I eat is not listed here. Does that mean it is okay to eat it regularly? Well, it depends. It depends on your health status, what product you are talking about, and what are your health goals. If you have any queries about any products, you can drop me a message. I hope this has been helpful. If it has, please like this video. If you know someone who eats any of these products regularly and can benefit from watching this video, please share the video with them. Subscribe to the channel to stay tuned to the upcoming videos. If you have any personal questions, drop a message on unboxnutrition@gmail.com. I will be back with another video very soon. Until then, keep unboxing nutrition with me.